The microlights start arriving on the Saturday morning. After a bumpy landing in strong winds, they are marshalled to their spot on the airfield that will be their home for the next 2 days. As with all microlights, the rigid wing 3-axis microlights have to conform to a maximum takeoff weight of 450 kilograms. On the ground, flex-wing microlights are steered by the nose wheel, controlled by a foot bar on which the pilot pushes in the opposite direction of the turn. The passenger sits with legs stretched either side of the pilot.
Well, I've come from Deanthorpe, which is an old Second World War American bomber base next to Corby in Northamptonshire. So I think the route we've taken, that's probably around, how far would it be? Guesstimate 160, 170 miles, I should imagine, the way we've come. Lovely flight this morning, bit of a headwind unfortunately, which slowed us down. Yeah. But stopped off at Popham for a cup of tea and dipped some more juice in the tank. And then a glorious flight across the New Forest, the Solent and around the Needles on the south side of the island to come in here.
Some wonderful views you've seen.
Fabulous views, yes,
yeah.
yes.
We love
especially
the Isle of Wight anyway.
Oh, the Isle of Wight's wonderful.
We love the Isle of Wight anyway. So.
You've been here before then?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally we go to Sandown. It's the first time we've been into Bembridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, come from Deanthorpe near Corby, Peterborough.
Yeah.
So we had about 2.5 hour flight down to Popham, which was not too bad. Bit of a headwind. Landed at Popham, refueled there. The wind was getting up, so we then had to make a decision: do we go or not? And thought, well, if we go now, we'll give it a go. And coming over the Solent was just fantastic, wasn't it? That was flying. Had a nice little tour around the island, and then came in here for a bit of a bumpy landing. But we got down, we're in one piece.
Microlight flying is essentially about cheap and simple flying, and gives many people the chance to own their own aircraft. A single-seat flex wing could cost just the price of a family car.
It's bad, that wind is.
It is, I know, yeah. Sounds like you've come up from Lancashire, have you?
Nottinghamshire.
Nottinghamshire, all right.
Hope it's nice tomorrow. It wasn't that bumpy until the last minute. Hello. Did you?
I did.
We're famous, Richard.
Get your name.
You may. This intrepid aviator is Richard Millen.
How spell it?
M-I-L-L-E-N. And we've come absolutely miles from Brackenshire Bay. It's taken us half an hour. Paul Millen.
With the wind blowing at 22 knots, that's 28 miles an hour, the aircraft needs securing to the ground with corkscrew stakes or heavy concrete blocks. Some pilots decide to de-rig their aircraft, laying the wing flat on the ground. The petrol bowser is kept busy topping up the tanks. Even a two-stroke engine can devour a great deal of fuel during the long flights some of these aircraft have made today. One pilot told me he had left his wife at home because he needed the spare seat to carry his jerry cans of fuel. Pitching the tent is another job to be done, as the crews will sleep beside their aircraft tonight.
morning from Chase Farm, which is near Wickwar in South Gloucestershire. That's about 80 or 90 miles, but I did it in 2 hops.
Oh, I see.
I flew down to a friend's farm strip at Warminster. That was a 45-minute leg. And then we refueled and we came over here together in formation.
That's a nice way to travel.
It certainly is. It's a lot cheaper than the ferry as well.
I'm sure, yes.
As my wife was finding out.
Yes, she came over on the ferry, didn't she?
She's coming, hopefully today, but she couldn't get on until 4 o'clock today, so she's having to come the slow way. Good trip today, really good flight, very enjoyable. Of course we had to talk to Brembridge on the radio, but we've both got radios, and Mark does the radio and I come in formation with him. So everything he does I do really. And we've both got GPS, so there's very little chance of actually getting lost. The beauty of the GPS is that you program in where you want to go to and it takes you there. It points the direction, it gives you the bearing and the time it will take you to get there. And it's constantly been updated, so it's a big help. It takes all the hard work out of navigation.
What are these aeroplanes like to fly?
Very nice. This is the Thruster TST with a 503cc engine. It was actually built and designed in Australia. Out there they use them in the single-seat version for rounding up sheep and cattle. They're much cheaper than a helicopter, easy to fix, easy to maintain, and cheaper all round. They were introduced into this country about 15 years ago now. And this one was actually built in 1987. It's had a couple of rebuilds since then, a result of some exciting landings. But as you can see, it's in superb condition, and that's the way I aim to keep it. Because microlighting is not just about the flying, it's the whole bit really, the maintenance, the husbandry, really the whole science of flying. And it's captured in microlighting really.
Microlight pilots are a friendly lot and are happy to talk about their hobby to interested visitors.
This is about £17,000 with the back.
By late afternoon, with the aircraft de-rigged and secured, a hush comes over the airfield. The crews are over at the Propeller Inn having a meal, a pint and a chinwag. The day comes to an end with a superb sunset. Sunday morning breaks to calmer weather, a contrast to yesterday's strong winds. The tent needs packing and preparations made for flying home.
Clip up!
No, it's been a flying week for me. It's a week's holiday.
Very nice.
And we've flown down from Nottingham and all down the east coast and along the south coast. And we've had the week in the Isle of Wight, and now we're back off up to Nottingham and home.
It's Sunday afternoon. Final farewells have been made and it's start-up time as everyone heads for home. The 3-axis microlights were in the minority, and I wonder how many true blue microlighters would swap their flex wings for the comfort of an enclosed cockpit. The microlighters leave Bembridge for home, taking with them happy memories of a great weekend on the Isle of Wight. Many will come again. I hope they will.
We've had 80 aircraft through, there's been no accidents, and all this in moderate weather. It's really, really hot, really nice today, but yesterday the wind was a bit marginal for microlighting. It was blowing 22 knots, about 28, 29 miles an hour. But still, no accidents, everybody safe, everybody happy. The Isle of Wight Council donated £1,500 into promoting the event and providing it. I've had a whip round amongst the flyers, and we've raised £420 for a local children's charity as a thank you to the airfield.